Hello and welcome to you all to this Dhanvahini. In this episode, I wish to present the corporate trends potential of impacting on higher education, and these news items appeared in the print media during 16th to 30th April 2023. In all, there are 7 key points. 1. Domestic factors keep white-collar job market resilient. 2. Wipro mandates freshers to clear new test or face termination. 3. Coup lays off 30% workforce amid slowdown. 4. Job cuts in India, just a small fraction of global layoffs. 5. Hiring freshers to cut dependence on laterals. 6. Startup, top up and tighten up. Finally, software giant SAP to hire 1,000 hands this year. The first one is domestic factors keep white-collar job market resilient. White-collar workers are the employees who do skilled and highly skilled jobs. They don't perform manual labor and they don't soil their hands too. Despite an overall softening in hiring, India's white-collar job market is likely to weather global uncertainties and economic instability. While IT and ITES and startups have seen a sharp come down from the last year's hiring frenzy, tech talent continues to be the most in demand as non-tech industries are undergoing as digital transformation. The introduction of AI, robotics, digital payment and communication system, adoption of CR systems in non-tech industries have created demand for tech talent, and therefore white-collar job market is found to be resilient. The second development is Wipro mandates freshers to clear new test or face termination. IT major Wipro has mandated freshers who opted for a lower salary package, that is a package of rupees 3.5 lakh per annum to instead of package rupees 6.5 lakhs, to pass a new program called Project Readiness Program, also called PRP, or face termination. This PRP is offered by Talent Transformation to on-campus and off-campus hires referred to as Next-Gen Associates, NGAs. The broad objective of PRP is to equip NGAs with necessary knowledge and skills that will enable them to start working on customer projects. So the next development is Coup lays off 30% workforce amid slowdown. Coup is an Indian micro-blogging and social networking service owned by Bangalore-based Bombinate Technologies. It was co-founded by entrepreneurs Aprame Radhakrishna and Mayank Bidatak. Coup is the homogeneous alternative to Twitter. The company has laid off so far 30% of its of its workforce, citing role redundancies and global market slowdown. The global sentiment right now is focused on efficiency than growth. Therefore, business needs to work towards proving unit economies. It is interesting to find that Coup has supported the laid-off staff through compensation package, extended health benefits, as well as outplacement services. So the next development is job cuts in India, just a small fraction of global layoffs. The Indian workforce will likely to be spread off global mass layoffs by now, and data reveals that 3 to 4 professionals in India are getting laid off for every 100 jobs axed globally. In 2022, India accounted for 11% of the global layoffs, and so far in 2023, this has come down to 4%, which looks to be quite encouraging. And job cuts compared to global layoffs in India seems to be on the lower side. So the next point is hiring freshers to cut dependence on laterals. HCL Tech intends to cut out dependence on hiring laterals, that is, employees who are already working in similar roles in other companies. Instead, it is wanting to go for hiring freshers. It onboarded all the 27,000 freshers it hired in 2022-23. The company is looking to keep the campus recruitment momentum going in 2023 and 24 to reduce dependence on laterals. It is expecting to hire about 15,000 freshers during 23-24. It is the only large IT service company to put a number for this year requirements. The company's aim is to see how best it can train freshers and utilize them on projects. So the next point is startup, top up, and tighten up. As funding winter continues, startups laid off 9,004 employees in January to March 2020 quarter. The prominent companies which fired a significant chunk of their team includes edtech firms such as Byju's and Unacademy, social media startups such as ShareChat, apartment management platforms such as MyGate, and car servicing company such as Gom Chain. About 70% of all startups laid off 100 to 300 people each quarter. While layoffs are expected to continue, hiring in senior roles have also dropped around 80% in January-March quarter. This trend is visible in sectors such as fintech, e-commerce, edtech, SaaS, health tech, among others. It is disheartening to note that the situation will likely not improve in the next 2 quarters. So the next development is software giant SAP to hire 1,000 hands this year. German multinational software giant SAP is planning to hire at least 1,000 new employees in 2023 with domain expertise in finance, supply chain, sustainability, human experience management, AI, etc. with their core operations. India is the fastest growing market for SAP, with Bangalore having special distinction in terms of 40% of global R&D in SAP happens in its Bangalore campus, and 25% of patents filed by SAP are also coming from Bangalore. That is the reason why SAP is doubling its investments in India, and this is a welcome sign to Indian industry and young engineering professionals. To sum up, while IT, ITES and startups have seen a sharp come down from last year's hiring frenzy, tech talent continues to be most in demand as non-tech industries are undergoing a digital transformation. 2. The project readiness program of Wipro is a part of routine onboarding process and is designed to ensure that their next-gen associates are assigned to the right client projects and have the most up-to-date skill set to make an immediate impact. 3. Coup, the homegrown alternative to Twitter, has laid off 30% of its workforce, citing role redundancies and a global market slowdown. Next, the Indian workforce will likely to be spread of mass layoffs even as companies such as Meta announces more global job cuts. HCL Tech, one of the few large IT companies that onboarded all the freshers it hired in 23, is looking to keep the campus recruitment momentum going in 2024 to reduce dependence on laterals. As the funding winter continues, startups laid off about 9,004 employees in January-March. And finally, German multinational software giant SAP is planning to hire at least 1,000 new employees in 2023. Thank you for listening to this presentation.